So you and Andrew have been on this journey since season 1. Tell me a little about saying goodbye to him from the show.
It's very strange. It's about as surreal as having survived this long. It's as surreal to say goodbye to Andy in that way. But I understand why, and I'm very happy for him that he can spend more time with his family and do some things that, and maybe even come back to the show in a different capacity if he wanted to direct. I think that would be fantastic. I don't know. I just feel like it's not. I don't like goodbyes, and I don't want to think this is like forever. But he's a friend. I know I'll see him again, and I would love to have him come back on the show in some capacity. I don't want to think this is goodbye.
What is the show like? What is this world like without Rick Grimes?
The energy is very different. The energy is very different without Andy. I mean, he is a presence that is noticeably missed, and but I think
you say that as he's standing right behind you.
I can feel it. There he is. And doesn't he look he looks like he did in season 1. He got some rest, and wow, he looks like a baby again. But we're holding it together, and I think we learned a lot from Andy. In the years that he taught us all a lot.
What is a Rick Grimes-less Walking Dead world like, and what does that mean for Daryl?
I think everyone on the show is stepping up their game to fill whatever holes there might be, but I mean his presence is still felt there very much. He really set a tone for everybody on that show. He was the first one to work, the last one to leave set, and he breathed that show every single day. So he really set a precedence for us. So he's not really gone.
Share with me a memory about Andrew that you haven't told him yet.
That I haven't told him?
Yeah, like something that meant something to you. I've heard a lot of stories.
There's so many because I've been right by his side for so long, and I watch him when he goes through, when he gets into character. It's a hard question because so much of it is just us, our friendship being together and working together. I think his last episode was the hardest because there were moments when we would look at each other and we couldn't say, he would go, don't. Or I would see him looking at me and be like, dude, don't, because I don't know if I can deal with it. But, I've never been with a group of people so dedicated that I love so much. You do a movie, the movie's over in 3 or 4 months and everybody goes their own way. But, our children have grown up together. We've gone on vacation together. We've shared some of the greatest moments and some hard moments together. But, the thing is, he called me this morning, we talked for 2 hours. And I'm like, I'm going to see you tonight. He's like, I know, but I want to talk to you now. It's crazy.
So I've been asking everybody, do you have a memory of Andrew, maybe an interaction you had that you haven't talked to him about, but maybe it meant something to you?
Yeah, I mean, episode 709, I think it was 709, it was when we were on a lake and we were both paddling with those makeshift little paddle boards from the sign. He and I had this moment, we were waiting out the rain on top of the houseboat, just the two of us talking, no cameras rolling or anything, and we were just talking about life and our pasts and our youth, and I think that 20-minute exchange is one of the most beautiful moments I've ever had on the show and one of the most beautiful moments of my life, because it was this really nice, bittersweet discussion between two men on top of a houseboat with dead bodies floating around us. It was an idyllic moment, but also a very morbid one too. It was great.
There used to be the death dinners, the goodbye dinners, if people left or whatever. Did you have time to do one for him? Because it moves so fast.
We had a little shindig for Andy, which was really nice and very unlike any of the ones that we've had before, obviously. And not because I think actually it would have been too hard for everyone to have like a proper, because those things can get quite hardcore.
Yeah.
And I think as far as Andy heading out the door, then it just wouldn't have worked to make it like that, because everyone would have just been in floods of tears for the whole time. So it was actually just a celebration.
And now to Andy's exit from the show, and what it, you guys said goodbye to him with some sort of gathering.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I've known, Andy told a couple of us probably a year ago that this was going to be it. And I think in our off season last year, I kept thinking he'll change his mind. He'll miss it and want to be back, and he'll not leave us.
But you're a dad, you get it.
Oh, no, I'm not saying I don't understand it. I get it 100%. That being said, one of the reasons that I joined the show is so I could work with Andy Lincoln. And really, he was, out of this whole cast, the guy that I worked with the most. And so I took it hard. I know the whole cast took it hard. We miss him. It's his show, and we miss him, and that's just the way it is. But I will say this, him leaving has propelled our story in a way that it could have never gone before, and I think the fans are going to be super excited to see the direction the show's going this year.
Tell us about what it's been like working with him over these years. We love seeing the two of you on screen together. Talk a little bit about what it's been like working with him.
I've always said working with Andy to me is he's like he hatched from an egg, and I say that because I feel he's such a rare breed. I mean, he brought boundless joy, like childlike joy to the set every day, every minute, from the minute he walked into the hair and makeup trailer right to the last moment of the day. He was 150% of his efforts at all times. He was loving, he was attentive to everybody, he was generous to everybody's ability to shine. He was celebratory of everything that happened that went well. He's really a stunning human being, and so it's been an honor and a joy to work with him.